Well, I know I keep on saying it, but what a season, what a week, what a time this could be for Luton Town. We've got our first ever European semi-final against PSV. We'll be playing the first leg of that in the second game today. But before that, the battle for the top four is separated by goal difference. And while that sounds good on the face of it, today we face our bogey side and a striker who tends to score hat-tricks against us. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 44 of this FM06 Let's Retro Save from Luton Town with me, Daniel. We are back today to face Newcastle United and PSV in back-to-back games, and they could be huge in terms of ramifications for our season. We are one tie away from a European final in our first ever UEFA Cup campaign, and in the Premier League we are in 4th place. We can now finish no lower than 9th. But that team in 9th is Newcastle, and they are armed with Didier Drogba, who always, and I mean always, scores goals for fun against us. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on today in a race for 4th, and of course in a European semi-final, and please do put a thumbs up on it. It's going to be a week where we focus on a lot of games from the rest of this run-in, because why not? We're not going to get many bigger than this. We've got to show as much of it as possible. We have, though, got to start with some bad news on the transfer front. Manchester United have moved up to 6th place. They'll be in Europe of some form next year, albeit not the Champions League. But that hasn't stopped a certain man from agreeing to join them in the summer after rejecting everyone else. And that man is Vincent Kompany. He's taken the money and he's gone to Manchester United instead of coming to Luton Town for possible Champions League football. Seems weird that he's turned down Milan, Roma and Luton, all with European chances, to go to United, who might just scrape in the UEFA Cup. An odd one, but that's what he's gone to do. So Vincent Kompany will not be joining Luton this summer, and neither will Danny Palmer, the other target, who has signed a new deal at Blackburn. So we've missed out on those free agent deals, and as we get to a better and better level, they're going to be harder to come by, those sorts of transfers. So for now, let's go and focus on what's been happening off camera, because while we've only played 2 games, you know we had that stupid schedule where the matches were every 2 days. However, we coped pretty well with it. After sailing through against Everton in the Europa League or the UEFA Cup, which you saw last time, we then rested everyone against Birmingham, the bottom side, on Saturday. I went for my old mantra. I went for fitness over quality, and it worked out. Against Birmingham City, we won 3-1. It wasn't easy. We were a goal down at the break and had to give them a bit of a kick up the backside. An own goal from the kickoff, followed by a Flamini thunderbolt and a Portia goal, made it 3-1 and a comfortable win in the end. A thoroughly deserved one too. Then on Monday, we weren't great. We still looked fatigued as we went to Bolton, but Flamini scored again. This time, he was off the bench with 20 minutes to go. He came on due to a Vandenborre injury, who will miss out today as well. But he scored a crucial goal, and that's the benefit of having quality on the bench. And we've just got to get players of Flamini's level as our backup in every position, which we're still 4 or 5 away from. Looking at the run-in now, it is a difficult one. We face sides that are going to be in that race with us. Newcastle today, Spurs on the penultimate game is just ridiculous. That's been rescheduled 4 or 5 times now. And of course, if all goes to plan, we might have a UEFA Cup final too. But PSV, as we saw in the last episode, have some stonking players, and it's going to be one hell of a battle. Now though, we focus on the Premier League and Newcastle at home. We always lose to them. Drogba always scores plenty. Is the same going to happen here? Well, without our best centre-half Vandenborre, who might have been the one to cope with him, probably yes. Anton Ferdinand's still nowhere near. He's got 2 months to go. Vandenborre should be back for Thursday. He's not going to make this one. So Sylvain Distin is in at left centre-half. Physically he can cope, but he had a stinker against him last time. So I'm not holding up too much hope. I've brought in Leon Osman for Portia, who's had a couple of poor games. Even the Birmingham one, he didn't play well. And Sean Maloney is back on the bench for the first time since his injuries. And that means that our 11 for today is Kasper Schmeichel in goal, Davis, Basagno and Distin the back 3. Again, Drogba will batter them. If it had been first choice, I probably would have brought Distin in, but then dropped out Basagno and gone for the 3 really physical players. But I didn't get that opportunity. We have, though, got Diaz and Zonneveld, who are both flying at wing-back, with Decassi and Zakora in the holding role. I thought about bringing Flamini in, but if anything, we'll do that on Thursday rather than this one. Leon Osman comes in as the number 10 behind Shane Paul and Peter Crouch up front as we head in to a massive game in the Premier League. The race for fourth is on and we want to stay in pole position for it. Well, here we go. An interesting Newcastle side, but ultimately they've still got the big man up front. They've still got Shay Given in goal, and those two alone are normally enough to thwart us. So let's go through to the first half. They have got a bit of waning quality on the bench, but Helder Postigue has been a good signing for them. As Okora clears from Drogba, Shane Paul will chase, not able to get there though. Paul and Walcott both still battling out for that position, both still young and streaky players when it comes to form. But we've got two good ones to play alongside Crouch now, and that is something we've got to be pleased about. As Boomsung gets the ball to Parker, and now Stephen Taylor on the right-hand side of the defence puts the ball into Drogba. There it is. Every single game. Honestly, it is the most frightening thing I've ever seen in FM. Is Didier Drogba in this game. I know we've had it in recent years with FM. We've had like Vara in recent seasons who's caused us a bit of trouble. But in terms of goal volume, this is unheard of. It's 2 or 3 every single match. It's ridiculous. As Distan goes in against Britain, doesn't win it. And despite the fact the rest of this team isn't great for Newcastle, they've got the one man who is our kryptonite. And it leaves us in a really difficult position because Basagno can't cope physically. But I haven't got the other options today with Van den Boer out. Zonderveld will take that though. We'll take a free kick goal into the top corner. Mike Zonderveld has got us back in the hunt. And we really needed that. A bit of inspiration, a bit of magic. And if Drogba's going to score at least one more, we probably need to find another one somewhere. Half time it is 1-1. I'll absolutely take that. And if we can get a draw out of this game, given our running, I would say if we can draw against this lot on Spurs, we'll be absolutely fine. Are we able to do it though? Let's get into the second half. 1-1 is the score and the first 5 minutes have passed without any real incident. Oh, it's up to Drogba again. You can see the fear in our eyes. Duncan gets it back. Out to Luque on the left-hand side. Drogba's in the middle waiting. He's done it again. Good save, Schmeichel. Right, can I do anything tactically here? I know it was limited in the older game. But let's see if after the corner we can do something. Maybe I even put Davis in the middle of the 3. Just so he's the one marking Drogba. I don't know if that will work. But I feel like I've got to do something about it. Because he just beats Basagno every time. So Basagno in the air. It is his slight weakness at 6 foot. Davis is 6'2", but he's actually got a worse jumping reach. Distan is arguably the best of the 3. So what I might do, as unorthodox as it is put the left centre half in the middle, then get Distan to mark and tight mark Didier Drogba because he's got everything on him. And that should really do a job, shouldn't it? How many minutes into the second half were we? Because I was going to do Paul for Ashton. I've no idea what minute we're in, so I'll just make that tactical tweak for now. Distan, you've got a big job the rest of the game. 10 minutes gone in the second half. These are the sort of decisions that make or break your career, aren't they? Am I going to be proven an idiot? Or am I going to be proven a genius? Distan, is that tight marking? Is that tight marking? You've left him to run off on his own. What's you doing? Marking 16. Pace 16. Acceleration 17. Just didn't fancy it, no? Oh my God, that's appalling. Genuinely appalling. I'm going to take him off. I'm that annoyed at him. I'm going to take him off. Didier Zakora is going to go in at left centre half. And Distan, you are an absolute clown, honestly. Flamini goes on in there. Curtis Davis is now the man doing the Drogba job. But seriously, that has to be a joke. Shane Paul will come off for Walcott. Keith Keane will come on for the booked Rodrigo Diaz. And they're going to be my 3 changes. Flamini will be skipper when he enters as well. It's always Newcastle and it's always Drogba. I genuinely don't understand based on that what the point of the instructions are. Because he just completely ignored it. Did not do a thing. As here we are defending again. Albert Luque's cross is blocked. Osman can bring it down, but he's so deep. And he's supposed to be the number 10. Crouch is going for the long ball. Flicks on, but to nobody. And Boomsung and Taylor combine to clear. Britain's got time in the middle. Osman gets it via Zonderveld. And Zakora can now start another attack. At least we've got 2 midfielders in the defence now. I say that. the square pass goes wrong. I was about to say, it gives us a bit more on the ball, but it might have just cost us a third goal. Flamini's back is a good tackle. I'm just still so angry about that second goal. Still Van Distan, completely abdicating responsibility. That might be his last game for the club. Certainly his last meaningful one. There's a long ball downfield, which Duncan will chase, but it's all the way through to Schmeichel. He comes out dribbling and goes long downfield. Theo Walcott will chase it, but doesn't get there. Basagno does do the job against Duncan, and Osman can go wide to Keane. A draw would still be a good result, and that's a good ball. Crouch in, it's a brilliant save. At least Crouch had a bit of pressure on him. Taylor was still marking at least. Why is our goalkeeper up? Why is our goalkeeper up? There's 15 minutes to go, and I haven't changed my tactic. Are my club just completely disintegrating? We have not seen that all season. I didn't change anything. What? What the hell is that? I'm almost speechless. Why has he been put to attack far post? I didn't change it. You watched me. I swear, there's something going on here. They want me to lose. They want me to lose to Newcastle. No wonder they're a bogey club. In the background, they're just setting my goalkeeper to casually stroll up from set pieces. This is ridiculous. I think we've had enough signs to say this isn't going to be our day today. Titus Bramble's on with 5 to go, and Newcastle are exactly where they want it. In possession, in our half of the pitch, as Basagno goes wide to chase down Collins. Gets something on the cross. Drogba's in though. Davis does mark him and make a challenge. Well done, Curtis Davis. Should have gone with you to start with. What is Schmeichel doing? Get in your bloody goal, seriously. I have never seen the likes in this game. We've got a free kick with Zonneveld. Now would be the time, mate. No, play short, but it's up to Basagno. Could be in. He's onside. It's going to count. It's 2-2. Right. Let's forget about trying to get a win here. Let's get as many people back marking Drogba as possible. Nick Basagno has scored an equaliser. And it's not the result that we really want. But it would have been perfect. We'll take it for today. Drogba is still on the pitch. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Davis is there, and we've got Basagno as well, haven't we? I'm going to get both of them, if I can, to man mark Didier Drogba. Maybe not as tight with him. In fact, yes, I'm going to get him to man mark. He's going to mark Didier Drogba too. If two of them are marking him, surely one's got to do it. One will be tight marking and one will not. And between them, they might do a job. It's going to be the old get two men on Messi style, that sort of thing. What I'm also going to do is get our fullbacks to stop running forward. So hopefully none of the centre-halves have a risk of getting dropped out of position to go and chase somebody else because the fullbacks will already be there. And that means they can just focus on marking Drogba. One man has struck fear into our entire team. And now, with a minute of stoppage time to go, I'm desperately trying to hold on to a draw against the side below us. We've got it. Really important goal. Two good set pieces get us the result. It's again a poor defensive display, but Didier Drogba is the man. He's 32. I mean, the good news is he can't go on for much longer. But what an effort to get back into it. Let's go and have a look at the Premier League table because everyone else has played this weekend. So we are now 1 point clear of Spurs with 4 to go. We've got a better goal difference, so it's effectively 2 points. There's then 3 teams on 51. I think Newcastle being held against us there probably means none of them can catch us now. A win might have changed that a bit because there'd only be 4 points between us then. Or 5 points, sorry. But I think now we've just about done the job. What we've got to do is try and finish 4th because Champions League football would be one hell of a boost. On to Thursday night though, because there's another way we might do that. We're 3 games from winning the UEFA Cup. Well, here we go. The UEFA Cup semi-finals. It is all Germany in one game, and it is England v the Netherlands in the other. Luton Town versus PSV Eindhoven for the right to face one of the Bundesliga sides, either Hertha Berlin or Schalke, in the final. No idea where it's being held. We'll worry about that if we get there. For now, it is time for the first leg, and how fit is our first 11? To be fair, it doesn't look terrible. Theo Walcott is going to come in today because Shane Paul's had a few poor games in a row. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to change much. Distan does need to come out. Van den Boer is fit and he will come in. If he misses out at the weekend, so be it at this point. He'll switch sides with Davis. Zonneveld and Diaz have been fine. The holding midfielders have been okay. It's tempting to go for Flamini today, and I might actually. De Cassie's going to drop out. Zakora and Flamini, Leon Osman, Walcott and Crouch. Extra subs will go to Kevin Foley and to Galanucci. I'm still going with Maloney over Portilla here. And hopefully, as we head into the first leg, we'll be able to have an advantage when we head to the Netherlands. Well, 4-4-2 for our visitors today. You can see the strikers they've got. You can see the goalkeeper they've got. And Michael Ball even adds a little bit of an English spice to them. We know that Timmy Simmons at the back is the best. And also, they've got quality players, even on the bench and in the squad. We saw Venegor of Hesseling, who's not even made the 18 today. Probably tells you how good they are. Let's go and get into the first half. We were brilliant against Alkmaar, but we struggled to get the goals. Are we going to be able to do that today? Because unfortunately, our strikers are just hitting poor form at the wrong time. As Crouch goes for the long ball, headed away as far as Flamini, and Zonneveld will get there to start again. Flamini down the left-hand side to Peter Crouch, who's drifted wide. Zonneveld plays a 1-2 with him. In the end, we go all the way back to Basagno, who, oh God, I thought he'd done it. Thought he'd given it away to the striker. Osman gets in though, 25 yards out, and forces a save from Aurelio Gomez, who's picked up a knock. That's a good effort from distance. Osman testing the keeper. With 15 gone, we've grown into a cagey game. As Zonneveld chips into Basagno. Scored his first of the season at the weekend. Almost got his second there. Davis starts again with Osman. We work it forward to Van den Boer. Knocked down for Zakora. Again we're on top as Walcott's into the box. Beats ball for pace with ease. But the shot is wayward. Nowhere near the target. And it stays goalless. PSV have been living dangerously here, but they'll probably take a draw to take back to their place. We've got to get the onus on us to get a result. And we're not showing it so far, as Frenken on the left-hand side. Rare attack for the visitors. This is what happened against Alkmaar, wasn't it? We dominated, then got caught out on the counter. Not to happen this time. A wayward shot from distance. Kasper Schmeichel wanted to get on with it quick there. Oh, it is another PSV corner. Chance for them to get the ball in. Diaz off the line and Walcott will chase. Zonneveld's up with him. One of them had won that. It could have been fun. Not to be though. Van den Boer away. Walcott chases ball, but it's out wide to Van Derzem. And now PSV will look to get the ball into the box. They're definitely improving. They're offering more of a threat now. Frenken to the byline. Forces the centre half wide. Schmeichel with a save. Rebound for a bear. It's happened again. It's what happened in the last game. We dominated against Dutch opposition and went 1-0 down. And I know it was a huge ask. Look, it's our first season in Europe. We're in the semi-final. It's incredible. It's a big ask, but it would be disappointing to lose the home leg because you wouldn't have much to play for. Davis with a cross which is blocked away. Van den Boer into Flamini, but it's poor. Rodrigo Diaz will have to recycle it. I really feel we've got to get at least a draw tonight here. As Van den Boer goes up towards Crouch. Can he win it? Yes, he can. Down for Flamini and Zonneveld. In towards Walcott. Brilliant run. Diving headers off target. Gomez caught in no man's land. Never was the best decision maker. But that one, unfortunately, wide of the post as Basagno clears downfield. Probably suits us, to be honest, if PSV grow into this. And we can play a bit more on the counter. Throwback goes into Simons and now Lucius. But they're just a team that's probably a little too good. As it's into midfield to Lucius again. Mittia with space to shoot. Into Robert, who scored the first. And my God, that's sensational. He's taken the mick out of Curtis Davis. I mean, he's the perfect finisher. He's a brilliant footballer. But that was a little bit too easy. Physically, he shouldn't have the edge on Davis. And he's made him look a bit silly twice now. Lost him for the first goal. That one, he just got completely twisted inside out. And at half-time, I feel like after our European dream of the last few episodes, the nightmare is following. We're going to say we're disappointed with that. Where is the passion? Where is the response? But the strikers are out of form, so going 2 goals down, pretty much a death wish at this point. 5 gone in the second half. It's Curtis Davis, the man who's had a clanger today. On the ball and in possession. Big ball up towards Crouch. Walcott's running off him, but he loses the header. Zonneveld to Osman, no. No intent to go forward. That's a bit worrying, that. Basagno chips up, though. Walcott's in. Headers away. Why are they not aiming for Crouch with those balls in? Walcott's not the aerial threat. as ball gets it out to Mitty on the left. And now we've got to be wary of the counter again because we know the quality they've got in that front two. Verbeek on the right-hand side, blocked by Osman. I feel like we're going to have to gamble with something here. And I don't know what and how much it's going to cost us as the ball's into the box. Rodrigo Diaz loses the header. It's out for a goal kick. I feel so flat and deflated after this because it's been brilliant in Europe, but this time we've just fallen away. Maybe we should have preferred Rangers after all, as Davis goes long downfield. He's going to get a chance again. Heads away. Osman won't make it. Does win the challenge though. That's better. Flamini up towards Crouch. He's lost nearly every header today. He's really struggling to make an impact. Zonnevel gives it to Flamini. Osman's making a run. Space to shoot. And it goes wide of the post. I've got to do something up here. Right, we're going to go all of the front three. I've made my decision. I'm sticking with it. Dean Ashton, Shane Paul, and the return of Sean Maloney. Hopefully, it just gets us a goal. Can we find form? Between 6 players, can one of them find some form? Maloney's a natural suggestion because he offers more of a goal threat than Osman. The other two, it's just like for like and hoping. As Michael Ball with the chance to cross. Robert's there. Davis had lost him again. It's straight through to Schmeichel. 20 minutes to go. PSV now doing exactly what they need to. That experience of Europe, just steadying the game, seeing it out, making it a bit more comfortable. And we see no highlights at the end of it. A 2-0 defeat at home. Of course, we'll show the second leg. It's a big opportunity. But it does feel like that chance to get through is really drifting. A disappointing defeat. The other ties all to play for. But I think it's fair to say in the next episode tomorrow, we are going to need a miracle away in Eindhoven if we're to get through to the final. We've got to get past West Ham in the week. They're already pretty much relegated. So we'll play that one off camera. And then we'll come back for the second leg of PSV and for Middlesbrough at home in the Premier League. It's going to be a huge finish to the season. If we then get through those and we don't have the final, we'll show both of the last 2 Premier League games. If not, we'll do Spurs and the UEFA Cup final. But we don't really look like participating in that final at the moment. I think the dream might finally be over. As you can see in recent weeks, the clean sheets are drying up, and as a result, so are our number of victories. But if you did enjoy that one, a bit of pain late on at home in the UEFA Cup after a really important late equaliser in the league, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know if you think we make the top 4. 1 point in it with 4 to go, and we've still got to face Spurs. I guess the one positive is if we go out to PSV, will help us with our last 3 league games. If you want to stay up to date and find out what happens, whether we can produce a miracle in the Netherlands, then please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. 2 more episodes to come from this season, but then hopefully a busy summer. No Vincent Kompany joining, but can we find some other stars? I hope you'll come and join me to find out, but for now, we will return at the same time tomorrow to try and sneak past PSV.